afternoon, folks. Big Bo with RVs with Big Bo at Parkway RV Center. Guys, I'm gonna call this a rare motorhome because I've never seen one like this before. Can't find any online. Hey, this must have been some kind of special ordered like this, but this is a 2009 Winnebago Itasca Sunstar 32K. Guys, this unit is a front engine diesel. Really cool, beautiful color. The color on this thing was almost a $7,000 option when it was new back in 09. I can imagine in a 2022 model what it would cost today. This is a front engine diesel motorhome, guys. It's got 76,000 miles, not even broken in. It's got a stack of all the service records. Never really had any major work done besides it's about 6,000 miles ago they had all new brakes and the master cylinder put on it. It is a Workhorse front engine diesel chassis, and yes, they do make it. It's a W22. I've had a couple of them in the past. The motor is a 6.7 International Max Force 7 motor, 230 horsepower from the factory. I'm not sure of what the horsepower is now. They spent quite a bit of money having this unit professionally tuned up. No check engine lights, no warning lights. I'm assuming that everything was done just like it's supposed to, because usually when one's been tuned up a lot, you'll see those lights come on the dash. This one doesn't. And this thing will go. My drivers kept saying how much power this thing had. It was unreal. Very, very smooth. You know, you can say what you want about the Max Force motors. This is obviously a good one. If it's got 76,000 miles and no lights on, and they've got oil change records, everything inside. Very, very quiet. This 6.4, it's the same thing they put in the Ford F-Series diesel pickup trucks, exact same motor, and it's got an Allison transmission. I mean, we're standing right here, and if I was on a diesel pusher with the motor running with like a Cummins or a Cat, I couldn't talk to you right now. You'd have a hard time understanding me. Very quiet, very smooth, and yes, this is quieter than a front engine gasoline motor. Really, really cool. I love the color scheme on it. That's just an awesome colors. All full body paint. Tires look great. 2 slides, bunks. You know, I see people on Facebook all the time. How come it's so hard to find a small diesel with bunks? Well, here you go. I've never seen another one like this, guys. It's not in Winnebago, Itasca's sales brochure, which is a Winnebago. What a neat machine. Very well cared for. Inside's all original. I got to do one thing to it. I'll show you when we go inside. It's no big deal. Oh, wow. What a motorhome for $59,900. Allison Transmission, everything. Fires right up. It's got a 5500 Onan LP generator powering everything up right now. Pretty interesting. This has only got 30 amp electrical service, but it's got 2 roof airs. So you do have a selector switch, and you can run both of them off the generator when the generator's running. So what you do is you use your generator to get it nice and cool when it's the hottest part of the year, and use the 1 AC to maintain it. And obviously it's worked well for the previous owner. Kept this thing since it was new, so obviously that hadn't been an issue. And it's 33 feet long. That's it. Very, very short for a diesel motorhome. I keep wanting to say diesel pusher, and if I say it accidentally, I'm sorry. It does have a 5,000 pound tow capacity. Back end looks great. Corners aren't beat up. Generator's running now. Fridge is cold. Airs are cold. Got the craziest stereo system I've ever seen in an RV. No telling how many thousands of dollars are spent on the stereo in this thing. I mean, this thing literally, wow. Which I know I'm not adding or deducting any value for that, but for those of you who want something to go to like tailgating events, sporting events, you're going to be the hit of the show with that. Being a Winnebago product, it does have a fiberglass one-piece roof. God, this is a pretty color. I love that. They call that vintage red. And that gray, and it's a high gloss full body paint. Windshields look great. We haven't cleaned it up or anything. This is just how it came in. They did wash the bugs off of it, but you know, this is a lot lower profile motorhome than your standard diesel pusher built on a Freightliner or Spartan chassis. And still got a decent amount of storage. You got a 6-gallon DSI water heater. Let's look inside. Steps work great. And they did a good job on the stereo install. And of course, guys, you know, I'm not much into that stuff now, but the 18-year-old immature version of me had to play with it for a little while. 2 16-inch subwoofers, 2 amplifiers, Alpine stereo. All the speakers have been upgraded. They even had speakers put in the bedroom. So definitely, if you like your music loud or you like sporting events, you're gonna love it. 76,057.2 miles, no check engine lights. Runs and drives great. Got the hydraulic leveling jacks. Dash looks great. Seats have got a couple little pick marks right there, but not bad considering it's an 09. And right here at the top, so they might have had a cat or something in here, but there's no smells. And guys, you know, I'm real sensitive to that. You know, I don't have animals in the house. There's nothing wrong with it if you do, but and I can smell pet odors a mile away, and there's no pet odors in here. So besides a couple of pick marks from the cat or whatever, that's it. There's no cat pee or anything else in here as far as odors. So don't worry about that, guys. I wouldn't steer you wrong on that. I'm very sensitive to smoke and pet odors, and that's why I always say that in my videos. If it did, I probably wouldn't have bought it. All the carpet's original, upholstery's original. It looks great. Got an Alpine stereo with built-in navigation and backup camera. Got a big TV up top. Auxiliary hookups, and it's Bluetooth. Leather sofa looks great. It's a sleeper sofa. Directly across from a large table booth that makes a bed. All the books and manuals, service records. There's a month's worth of reading in there if you want to go through it. And again, guys, this thing has been professionally tuned. I can't tell you what the exact horsepower is. I mean, I guess you want to take it somewhere and have it scanned, yeah. But I'm gonna say it, you know, in my experience with tuners, done right, you're at least going to get a 30 horsepower increase. So I threw 260 on the windshield. It may be more than that, but it's done right. This is the one thing I have to do to it. Sometime over the past 13 years, 14 years, they obviously took something hot off the stovetop, set it on the countertop, and did this. So I'm going to have my carpenter either replace or see what they can do with this. So the color may be a little different when they get done with it, but I did turn in a service ticket for that. And that, so far, guys, besides it needs a cleanup, is the only thing I see on the inside it needs it all. Of course, you know, Winnebago products, they build 80% of their own parts in-house. So good thing about it, even though this is an 09, you can still get majority of the parts through a company that works directly with Winnebago called Winnebago Parts, and they're a factory company of Winnebago. And if they don't have the part, they keep the template to most of the parts where they can make the actual part for you. It just takes a while, but keep in mind, guys, that's not every part. That's the majority of them, but not all the parts, if you ever need them. You do have a 6 cubic foot Norcold RV refrigerator freezer. I've had it on out here for a little while. I was playing with the stereo, of course. It's getting cold. It's on AC power right now since I got the generator running. Generator's just got a little over 400 hours on it. So it's definitely right there in line with actually less hours than normal for a 76,000 mile diesel motorhome. And it's hard to believe that you get this much sleeping capacity in a 33 foot motorhome, because you've got I'm gonna go ahead and lock this door. There's some people out here looking. I don't want them to interrupt the video. You do have sleeping for up to 8 people. And what's cool about it is you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate beds in here if you want them, and 3 that are already stationary and made out all the time. You've got 2 bunks. They both have the TVs. I just hadn't folded that one down, with the headphones, privacy curtains and all that. You have a queen bed in the back. I haven't got a bedspread on it yet. When our cleaning department gets in here, they'll put a new bedspread on it after they clean it. Double ducted roof hairs. I've got them both on. They're blowing icicles. And place here at the foot of the bed, cabinets, closets, lighted closets, Winnebago quality. They even have their own patented glaze they put on the cabinets so that they protect it from wear and tear and water and stuff like that. And you can look at, and they've been using it for pretty much as long as they've been building motorhomes, and you can look at them and see. You can look at one from the 70s and see, and they have the same glaze, and the cabinets may be outdated looking, but look as good as this 2009 do. And guys, Winnebago is kind of a name that's used to be synonymous with all Class A motorhomes. When I was a kid, you said you owned a Winnebago, that means you owned a Class A. It didn't matter what brand it was. Everybody called them Winnebagos back then. And they built their own frames in-house. Everything from the chassis up, the walls, the ceiling, the floor are all aluminum and steel frame in the critical areas. They build their own frames in-house. They were the first major RV manufacturer to do that, so that they don't have to be dependent on the unreliable or inconsistency of aftermarket frames that most other brands use. A lot of people don't know this, but you have the same frame on a Coachman Mirada as you do a Holiday Rambler Admiral. But Winnebago, the frame on this is designed just for a 2009 Itasca Sunstar 32K. And you do have some big speakers back here, but you got to switch on the dash to cut them off if you want to. Nightstands, queen bed, solid sliding privacy door that goes all the way across, and a curtain in the other side of the bunk room. So, I mean, you're never going to get privacy with a lot of people staying in a 33-foot motorhome, or really any size motorhome, but it gives you the illusion of privacy and visual privacy as well. So, bathroom is a stand-up shower. Doesn't show a lot of use. You can see the sticker on the bottom of the shower. That's, you know, people's feet. It gets wet and dry. People's feet rub across it when they take a shower. The fact that it still looks that good tells me that it hasn't had a ton of showers taken in here. And got a medicine cabinet, RV toilet. There's your, that's about $10 worth of toilet paper in the first part of 2020. Fiberglass roof again. No signs of leaks as far as that's concerned. 411.5 hours on the generator. Slide outs work great. So once we get that little spot on the countertop fixed, it'll really be nice. A lot of motorhome right here, $59,900. I don't think you could buy this motorhome in a gas engine for $59,900. And especially with a diesel, I mean, you know, I know people say a lot of stuff. You hear a lot of mixed stories about the Max Force motor. I get it. But, you know, my experience in 25 years, I've heard the same stories about V10s, about Workhorse gas motors, about Cummins, about Cats. Everybody's got an opinion, guys. But here's the thing. This is the way I look at it, because I've owned several motorhomes myself with a variety of engines. There's good engines, and there's good ones and bad ones in every engine ever built. I mean, literally good and bad ones. Now, some particular engines may have more bad than good, But the way I look at it, okay, this thing's got a pile of service records. It doesn't show any major repairs. I just kind of thumb through them, and you can too when you come look at it. It doesn't show any major repairs. There's no check engine lights on it. We just drove it several hundred miles back. It's got 76,000 miles, and it's 13 years old. Obviously, this is a good Max 4.7. I really don't think they would have put that many miles on it if it was having to have repairs and going to the shop all the time and all that stuff, guys. And it's the same exact motor that in a Ford pickup from that era. The 6.4 Power Stroke diesel is the exact same motor as this Max 4.7 6.4 liter. It's got the Allison Transmission, heavy duty chassis. And yes, guys, it is a Workhorse diesel chassis. Every time I post one of these, somebody argues with me. Workhorse only makes gas chassis. You're wrong. They make a chassis that's adaptable for diesel or gas in the front. This is it. Right here. If you don't believe me, I'm looking at the thing. I'm sitting in it right now, and that's no gas motor running, I hate to tell you. And it says Workhorse right there on the steering wheel. And I've got the build sheet that shows a Workhorse W22 with a diesel motor from Winnebago. Man, just a neat motorhome, guys. I like being surprised like this, because when this thing came in and it was in the back, I thought it was a gas. I just assumed said Sunstar. I assumed it was a gas engine. But I was very, very surprised when they drove it up here to park it, and I heard that diesel motor running. I said, wait a minute, I got to film this one. And again, guys, I've never seen a Itasca Sunstar front engine diesel, but by George, they make it, because here it is. I'll show you the factory build on it. And like I said, this color on this thing was almost $7 grand option, and that's in 2009 prices. You know, the prices have doubled on that stuff since 2009. I mean, this motorhome today would be, at least if they built it today, it would be 210, or 220 maybe. And you'd have to wait months to get it. But here's the original spec sheet, build sheet from 2009. And you can see for yourself, guys. Sunstar 32K 230 horse engine. Links 75-gallon tank, fuel tank, 44, 46, 44 black, 46 gray, and 75 fresh. Chassis replaced with optional Workhorse. Trailer hitch 5,000 pounds. Where did I see that here? Which I'm assuming that's what this is right here, 230 horsepower. So it is definitely right here. Diesel Workhorse, 20,500 DSL, 230 horsepower. Color is right here. I don't know if you can read this or not. Let's see, vintage red. The color itself was $5,600, and it was $1,855 for the high gloss that goes with it. Back in 2009, this unit was $108,142 with the options that are on it. That's a lot of money back then, and today that's easily double that. So you're buying it for pretty much half price what it cost new then in 2009 prices in 2022, with a ton of life left to it, guys. And I'm not going to show you these in detail because they do have the previous owner's information on it, but let's see, where did I see those records at? They're all in here. I mean, he had diesel shops do most of the work. Insurance. Let's see, diesel. All these right here, guys. There's oil changes. There's all kinds of stuff on there that are in here, going all the way back to 2009 when they bought it new. And I'm gonna assume they ordered it. I may be wrong on that, but like I said, this is something I mean, obviously, they didn't make enough of these with the Max Force diesel option, even put in NADA or put on their factory brochure. But you know what? That's Winnebago for you. I've seen them do some crazy stuff before. This isn't the first time. This unit is $59.9. We guarantee, for that price, we guarantee both slides to work like they're supposed to. We guarantee refrigerator, freezer to get to operating temp. We guarantee both roof ACs to get to cold. Guarantee the generator to run and put out like it's supposed to. Guarantee the steps to work. And guarantee this thing to hit the road like it's supposed to. And you're going to be very pleasantly surprised when you drive this, because how quiet it is compared to a gas motor. Even though the motor's in the front, it's technically no louder than driving a 2009 Ford F-Series diesel pickup truck. Very, very quiet. You know, a lot quieter motor than if they stuck a 300 or 275 Cummins up front. This motor is a lot quieter than one of those. And anyway, $59.9, haggle-free firm, and I would tell you to try to find another one to compare it to, but you can't. If you're interested in it, give us a call, 706-965-7929. Call before coming to look. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Smash me a thumbs up if you like the video. And I wanted to put this one on. I'd usually wait till it got cleaned up at least, but like I said, we are going to fix the countertop. The little pick marks in the seat, it's going to be sold with those. Can't make a 13-year-old motorhome perfect, not for $59.9. There's no way. And you know, look out there what you can find in a 2009 diesel motorhome for this price that's been taken care of like this. And that's the only thing I can really tell you to compare it to. Plus, it's short, 33 foot. This is actually a diesel motorhome that you can fit into most state parks and older campgrounds. A little bit lower profile body. It's got the, you know, like a gas, like Sunstar. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Comments, please share below. Hit that subscribe button. Bunks, diesel. What more do you need? No smoke or pad odors. It's just a nice motorhome. Come out and take a look at it. First person that looks at this thing is going to buy it. I can promise you that. First person that test drives this thing, which we only do test drives Monday through Friday only, so please keep that in mind, is going to buy this thing. That the first person that can buy it and test drive it will. You won't believe how smooth and quiet these things are going down the road with a motor in the front. That motor is not, to me, is not really any louder than driving a traditional Class 8 diesel pusher with a generator running in the front. That's where most of the diesel pusher generators are at. To me, this is about the equivalent of driving that. And tons of power, shifts great. I mean, just a neat motorhome, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're on Facebook. Like my Facebook page, RV's a Big Bow. Stay tuned. Probably my last one for today, but stay tuned for more tomorrow. And look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.